Start in the hurdle over 2,900 metres, the Grampians hurdle race. Now the last of them move in and they're set for a start. Light on, ready, racing at the first attempt. A bit slow to go there was Tack Loban. Along the inside, beginning smartly, was Waterford Chase, was showing some pace as well out wider on the track to Langatuk in the early stages. Up between them, Tannhauser. Then just in behind them, Shift Me By as they come to the first. Further back in the field, then the inside was Lay's Choice from B For Me on the outside. Then Wind Cutter, the top weight Crown Review. Further back in the field, then was Murrah, followed by Tack Loban. And 3 lengths away, last of all, was Unfriendly Air. They come to the next, and the grey has pulled its way to the lead. It's Tannhauser in front by 2 lengths now. In second placing is Waterford Chase. 4 away then in third placing came to Langatuk, followed by Shift Me By. Then Crown Review, then Lay's Choice, followed by further back then was B For Me as they go over the next. Further back in the field then as they work their way along the side of the track was Tack Loban. Then over on the outside came Wind Cutter, followed by him behind them was Murrah, and still last of all is Unfriendly Air. Round towards the 400 metre mark on the first occasion, and Tannhauser the leader. In second placing, 3 lengths away came Waterford Chase the rails. Out off the fence then was Langatuk, followed by further back in the field then as they worked their way down the straight was Crown Review getting up along the inside. Wider out Shift Me By, followed by Lay's Choice. Then in behind them came, further back was Tack Loban, followed by Murrah. Then in behind them came B For Me as they go over the next. Then Wind Cutter, and last of all in the field is Unfriendly Air. Well, past they go with a lap to go, and Tannhauser the grey still defies them by 3 lengths. A few out very wide here. In second placing is Waterford Chase the rails, with Crown Review getting up on his inside. Further back Lay's Choice. Then around the outside Shift Me By, followed by Tack Loban the inside. When one off the fence was Murrah as they work into the back. Further back then over on the outside then was Langatuk. Then in behind them the rails came Tack Loban, followed by Wind Cutter. They're followed by further back then in the field as they work into the back was B For Me, and last of all tailed off now is Unfriendly Air. Over the next one they go, and they're all over it safely, and the leader is moving up wide on the track, Shift Me By, with the grey Tannhauser, and Lay's Choice around the outside as well. Lay's Choice now pulls its way to the lead. In second placing is Shift Me By, followed by Tannhauser, then Crown Review the rails, Waterford Chase the outside of it, then 3 lengths away was Murrah, followed by further back in the field then was Tack Loban, a gap back then the rest. Langatuk heads them up, with further back then came B For Me, Wind Cutter, and Unfriendly Air a long way from them. To the next they come, and Lay's Choice put in a good leap at it, got over it safely. It's 5 lengths in front of Tannhauser second, followed by in behind the Murrah under the whip, then Crown Review, Shift Me By, followed by Tack Loban at the head of the rest, and then at the head of the rest too, dropping out of it was Waterford Chase, but around the turn they're about to swing, and it's Lay's Choice. It'll straighten up about 4 or 5 in front of Murrah second, then Tannhauser followed by Tack Loban on the outside. Down to the last they come, Lay's Choice, and moving up quickly Murrah. The pair jumped it together. Murrah on the outside and Lay's Choice, they've got one to get over. Then Tack Loban at the head of the rest. It's Murrah on the outside, drawing 2 lengths in front of Lay's Choice, coming on towards the line, and Murrah will win the first. Murrah wins the hurdle by 1 3/4 lengths to Lay's Choice. Third placing about 5 away was Tack Loban from Tannhauser. Then Crown Review. In behind them Shift Me By, a long gap back then Waterford Chase, B For Me, then Wind Cutter and Unfriendly Air. Stand by for our placings on race number 1 on the card. All completed the course safely. Our numbers about to come up on race number 1, the hurdle. Find that number 5, Murrah, will be the winner. Fearless Gambler does likewise, and they're set for a start at the 1100 metre mark, the maiden plate first division. All set for a start. Light about to go on. A few of them restless. Sir Gundy, one of them, they're set now. Ready, gates crash open and off they go, and winning the start towards the centre was Miss Zoom. It'll lead, settling down from She's a Bottler. Muno's up there as well early, followed by just in behind them Fearless Gambler, Airford Road settling down. Then in behind them Dulcie Regina from Sir Gundy over on the outside. Length and a half away then was Sir Speed, followed by further back in the field then. Back along the inside came Dalton Springs. Further back then was Mally Maid on his outside with Rain Chief. 5 away then was Albanji back in second last placing, and Barkinder Girl brings up the rear. Down the side of the track and Muno the leader. Moving around the outside to its girth now is Miss Zoom up on the outside. Then 4 away at the head of the rest, then came under the whip Fearless Gambler, followed by around the outside coming into it was Airford Road. Then follows Rain Chief wide on the track, and just ahead of it was Dulcie Regina. Around the home turn they swing. Muno will straighten up about 3 lengths in front at the 200 metre mark. Fearless Gambler is trying hard, and then further back right down the extreme outside was Airford Road, but Muno kept going with about 100 metres to go. It's well clear, Muno, and Muno comes on to score by about 6 lengths. Airford Road out very wide got second. Fearless Gambler third from Rain Chief. In behind them then Sir Gundy to pull up, followed by back behind them too was Dalton Springs. In behind them the rails then came Barkinder Girl, followed by Spirit of Speed. Then follows Albanji back in the bunch from Mally Maid. Further back in the field then to pull up over the line would have been Dulcie Regina, and well back out of it as well was She's a Bottler. Knocking up to was Miss Zoom. Stand by for numbers on the second event on the program here at Stawell. Numbers will be up shortly. 7 Muno ridden by D. Cormie. Second into 1 Airford Road ridden by D. McDermott. Gin a late scratching here at Stawell. The light is on. They're set for the third. Ready, racing this time. Missing at the inside, Loom Lass. Dainty Sarah was amongst the best to begin with, hunting up in the early stages. What a Classic. Just in behind them, the rails came Matilda Gold. Settling down, What a Classic. Driving through as well nearer the inside was National Grey. Third, Matilda Gold, followed by Camperdown King. Then Roll Miss back along the inside, followed by Dainty Sarah. Then over on the outside was All Wind, followed by Exchequer. Up there as well was Shots Pride. Further back in the field then a gap back came Rich Brandy. Back second to last is Panoindy on the outside, and last of all is Loom Lass down the side of the track. About 500 metres to go, and What a Classic the inside. National Grey about to join it on the outer. They're a length and a half in front of Camperdown King, followed by Roll Miss. Then further back was Exchequer. Losing ground the rails came Matilda Gold, and further back then the head of the rest was Shots Pride, but rounding the home turn, What a Classic on the inside again gets a length in front. National Grey, oh, it's shifting ground there, National Grey. It's on the inside there, What a Classic. Still in front now, getting the split between them was Roll Miss coming out after it. Roll Miss grabbing What a Classic near the line, and Roll Miss wins. What a Classic was a length away second. Third, National Grey, who almost lost its footing on the home turn. In behind them came Camperdown King, Exchequer. Then out wider on the track to finish was Rich Brandy. Further back in the field then came All Wind, followed by back behind them as well. Wider out came Panoindy. Further back then was Shots Pride to pull up. Well back out of it then was Matilda Gold, and it was one of the last with Loom Lass. Dainty Sarah there too. Stand by for the numbers. Race number 3 on the card. You'll find here that number 13, Roll Miss, got up to beat number 9, What a Classic. He had plenty of cheek in front, What a Classic. Jump with them, was ridden hard by Ryder.
For the running of race number 4, lights on, stand by for a start. Start on his platform. They're ready, the gates fly open, they're racing, missing the start, Tide King by 3 lengths. First to bounce out was Troubled River and Jewel Sovereign. Getting right up along the inside was High Totsu, Midwood in the leading division. Easing back was Sophie Rose, second last Smart Avenger, and at the tail was Tide King. They sort themselves out after 200 metres, and the lead on the inside was High Totsu. Driving up now was Beavered between runners. So was Midwood, Jewel Sovereign. Out very deep on the track, then behind him Sophie Rose. Then Red Ralo, 3 lengths away, Smart Avenger. Back towards the tail was Yoringa Miss Charlitza and Tide King at the rear. Down the side with about 500 metres to travel, and Jewel Sovereign gets to the front by a length. In behind him High Totsu, in behind him Midwood running on. Further back in the field then, coming around and then Troubled River, and back in behind them still making ground Red Rallo. At the top of the straight, 250 out, and High Totsu the leader, being tackled by Jewel Sovereign. In behind them then, getting up along the inside. Running on then came Midwood with about 150 to travel. Jewel Sovereign the leader, in between them High Totsu. Jewel Sovereign the outside, High Totsu. Jewel Sovereign getting home by a neck. High Totsu third, then Beaver behind him, then followed by Midwood Smart Avenger. Further back was Red Rallo Tide King. Back in behind him then came Sophie Rose. Trouble Driven Charlitza, one of the last across the line. Jewel Sovereign has got up right on the last stride to beat High Totsu.
To join the line, Go Mag. They'll be set for a start. Go Mag joins the line now. The light on, set for the Short Improvers handicap. One a bit fractious there, settles better. Ready. Off they go and racing this time. Miss Absolute Tariana a little bit slow to begin. Hunting up in the early stages was Kingdom's Delight with out wider on the track He-Man Sam. Driving through Tariana. Larnook's up in that forward division as well, settling down. Now they settle down into stride and driving through along the inside Tariana. Larnook's out 3 wide, back in the centre of them then as they drive down towards the 800 metre mark there. Would have been Samwell. Then just in behind them came He-Man Sam, Lord Bickley, followed by Go Mag, Carbon U. A gap back in the field, then came Miss Absolute, and tailed off last of all is Camtem. Down the side of the track they come, and it's Samwell and also Larnook, and also up towards the lead as well as they work their way around the home turn. Out wider was Kingdom's Delight. They're followed by just in behind them Go Mag, winding up with He-Man Sam just behind them, straightening up, and in the centre of the track there Kingdom's Delight, and out wider on the track joining in as well there was Samwell, and down near the inside Larnook and Tariana going for the split. It's in the centre, Samwell, and joining in Kingdom's Delight, and wider out down the outside joining in was Go Mag. Go Mag coming up to near the line, and Go Mag's got up to win. Second placing went to Samwell, Kingdom's Delight third. Out wider on the track Lord Bickley from Carbon U, then Larnook further back in the field to pull up there. Would have been Tariana, then He-Man Sam, well back out of its ground then was Saber's Ace, Camtem, and last in was Miss Absolute. Good go up the straight, a keen go the 5th event. Runners right across the track, and Go Mag, it parked in off the pace in the early stages, has come at that pair that were fighting out, Samwell and also and killed her by about 9 points a short time ago, and Carlton in front of Fitzroy by about 33 points. Now they're set. Race number 6. All in, set, and off they go and racing this time. Sincerely Yours towards the centre came away okay with Venex anxious to lead early. Just behind them Game Patrol, and wider out on the track Mutual in the early stages. Down they'll come past the judge with about 1700 metres to go, and it's Venex the inside, the leader. Karashar behind it with Sincerely Yours on its outside. Then as they work out of the straight was Game Patrol. Getting up along the inside, Brandy for Mum from Mutual, and back last of all is Omar. Over towards the 1400 metre mark they go, and Venex the leader by a length and a half. Sincerely Yours the outside is second, then Karashar, Brandy for Mum. Over on the outside, one off the fence was Game Patrol, then further back a length and a half away was Mutual. He's over on the outside of Omar, who's last of all. Around towards the 1000 metre mark, or a little over, and it's Venex the leader. In second placing, moving up quickly now, is Sincerely Yours the outside to join it. Third placing a length and a half away is Karashar, followed by over on the outside Game Patrol. Brandy for Mum the rails, followed by Mutual, and last of all is Omar. Down towards the 800 metre mark, and the leader is Venex on the inside. Sincerely Yours now drawing up and getting a neck in front, so Sincerely Yours is 3/4 in front now of Venex as they go towards the 600. Third placing Karashar, who's come off the rails, then Game Patrol, Mutual. Length and a half away then was Omar, and last of all is Brandy for Mum. 550 metres from home, Karashar in the centre has now gone to the lead. Mutual's the danger over on the outside, and winding up as well was Game Patrol prior to the turn. Then just in behind them, losing ground now, Sincerely Yours, being passed by Omar. They're about to round the home turn, and it's Mutual out in the centre. Down near the inside, Game Patrol and Karashar, and Sincerely Yours battling back the inside, and further back then Omar wide out. In the centre, Game Patrol, Karashar kicking back, Mutual and Omar down the outside. Here's a finish coming up. Omar, Mutual in the centre. Omar grabbing them on the outside. Mutual kicking back, but Omar's won it. Mutual might have just got second in front of Game Patrol above the head on the line for that placing. Then Sincerely Yours. Further back then in the race came Venex. Karashar, knocking up to finish last of all was Brandy for Mum. A good keen race up the straight once again in the 6th event. Any one of about 5 chances with 150 to go. Spread right across the track. And eventually you'll find that number 4, Omar, will be the winner. Now Pertino's joined them, and they look to be just about set for a start. 1860, the light on here at Stawell for the 7th. They're ready. Off they go and racing. Flash Money ridden hard with Hazard's Choice, Butterfly Baby in the early stages. Coming across Begarius as well. Royal Gazer showing pace out wider on the track. Just settling in behind them then was the top weight Pertino, who's trapped a little wide. Wager down the outside early. Now Flash Money leads past the judge with Begarius. Royal Gazer out wider, followed by Wager out of the straight. Pertino just in behind them, then Hazard's Choice, the rails being passed by Butterfly Baby. Then over on the outside was Jewel Port, wide as Village Glen. Further back in the field then was Lady Carib. It's got back out of its ground early with Blue Era, Persian Jade, and last of all is Mighty Favour. Along the back of the track they're about to go at about the 1100 metre mark, and the leader is Royal Gazer. Flash Money second, Blue Era over on the outside, Begarius is third. Then in behind them came Wager over on the outside of Butterfly Baby, Pertino. Then Village Glen moving around the outside. Back in the centre was Jewel Port, followed by further back in the field then came Lady Carib. Over on the outside improving is Blue Era there from Persian Jade. Second last Hazard's Choice, and bringing up the rear is Mighty Favour. Down towards the 800 metre mark they go, and the leader Royal Gazer. In the centre Begarius, out wide Wager. Flash Money up along the inside with Blue Era joining in as well. A well bunched field. Then just in behind them was Butterfly Baby. Village Glen over on the outside. Then 4 lengths away came the other division, headed by Jewel Port. Further back then was Pertino, Lady Caribbean. I think you can forget the rest. Around the home turn they're about to swing with 400 to go, and Blue Era has gone to the lead. Got 2 lengths out in front. Flash Money is second under the whip, then Butterfly Baby. The head of the rest Begarius as they round the home turn. Drifting to the centre of the track, Blue Era. It's in front of Flash Money down near the inside. Then further back came Butterfly Baby and Begarius. It's Blue Era over on the outside. Flash Money getting up along the inside. Flash Money and Blue Era. Blue Era neck in front of Flash Money. Blue Era has won it ahead on the line to Flash Money. 5 away. Third in the event was Butterfly Baby. Then came Begarius, Jewel Port. Further back then was Wager, Village Glen. In behind them then to pull up would have been Lady Carib, followed by Pertino. Further back then was Persian Jade. Out wider on the track, Mighty Favour to pull up. And one of the last ones in was Hazard's Choice. Stand by for the numbers. Race number 7. You'll find that Blue Era, they're all set for the final event on the program. 1300 metres, the Corinthian. Field settle and off they go. Got them away to a fairly good start. Missing it slightly there was Lord of the Land along with Game Trees. Hitting the ground running was September King will lead, settling down from Lake Pyrean, driving up around the outside. Prominent as well in the early stages up along the inside there. As they go down the back of the track would have been September King. Further back Aberraff around the outside. They're followed by River Jest up handy, followed by over on the outside King Cat. There followed by further back was Bold Brahms, followed by Desert Cold. Coles, Sea Litre. In behind them, Classy Sun with 800 to go, followed by Cradley. Back out of its ground then was Lakeside Lad, followed by Hard Ridden Lord of the Land. And the top weight Game Trees is last of all. Down with about 600 metres to go they come. And Lake Pyrean along with over on the inside there was Action Stations. Aberraff right around the outside is joining in quickly now. Aberraff has gone to the lead. Second placing occupied by Action Stations. Up there as well there, wider out running on was King Cat. Further back in the field then, so about to round the home turn there would have been Desert Coles. They round the home turn. Aberraff out in the centre of the track is in front of King Cat. Nearer the inside Action Stations. River Jess getting up along the inside from Lake Pyrean, but in the run home it's Aberraff. It's over a length in front and Hard Ridden. River Jess getting right up along the inside here. River Jest and also Aberraff. River Jest up along the inside. River Jest by a length and a half to Aberraff. Third placing would have gone to Action Stations. Further back in the field then came Lake Pyrean. Sea Leader in behind them, followed by Bold Brahms. Wider out then was Wildcat, followed by Classy Sun. Then further back in the field too came over on the outside Game Trees, Lakeside Lad. Back out of its ground then was Desert Coles, and Cradley was one of the last to pull up in the bunch as well with September King, Lord of the Land. River Jest, number 13.